Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Nick from Decrypticate, where we focus on DeFi and all other types of crypto passive income sources. So today we've got a little bit of an introduction to the Animal Farm video for you. The Animal Farm is a beast of a project that's only going to get bigger as the months go on. There's a lot of things, new things that are going to be coming out in addition to what's already there on the Animal Farm. And if you are only in drip right now, or if you haven't done much in DeFi, just looking at the Animal Farm can be quite overwhelming. So there was an AMA today with Forex, the creator of the Animal Farm and of drip, with RJ. And RJ asked the question of, how would a beginner that is new to DeFi get into the Animal Farm? What's the best path, without getting too deep into the weeds here? And I kind of liked his answer, so I thought we would just watch that part of the video. I would suggest you go watch the whole video. It's about an hour and a half long, but I wanted to pick out this couple minutes and play that for you because I think it's a good plan, and then we'll come back and we'll actually walk through it on the Animal Farm site. So let's play this video. If the audio doesn't happen to work, then I'll do it in post and I'll re-record the video audio. All right, so let's play this.
Pretty much have one more question, and I'm sure a lot of people, new and maybe existing, are kind of excited to hear about. So right now, as we had already said, Animal Farm is not what it used to be when you and I first spoke. It's much more robust, much more exciting now with all these other things that's going on here. We got piggybank, dog pound, pig pen, farms, pools. And so if someone is new, because I did see a couple people in the comment section saying that they are new and this is a lot for them, if you head over to the Drip Community Wiki and you go to the farms and pools and you scroll down, there is this really nice kind of summary page where what you can do with everything, and it goes round and round supporting the whole ecosystem, right? With that being said, you built this whole ecosystem to really support each other. So there's many options and different flavors for everyone to really get in on what they want. But for those that are really newer and looking to start somewhere, is there that might be overwhelming for them? Is there a path you would suggest the newbies to start out at?
Yeah, if we're talking about Animal Farm specifically, I would say if you already have some native or some assets on BSC, whether that is Link or any of the assets which can be staked on Animal Farm, I would start there. I would start by staking those assets on Animal Farm, earning dogs, and putting those dogs into the auto compounding dog pound. That way, you're generating yield from capital that otherwise would just be sitting in your wallet. And when you get into the auto compounding dog pound, you're reducing your tax on the dogs that you're earning while you're accumulating pigs. So those dogs are being paired with B&B, put into the master chef, and generating pigs for you. And now you can put those pigs into the pig pen, and you're utilizing the main functionality of the platform in that way. If you are utilizing some assets to generate dogs, putting the dogs in the auto compounding dog pound, and then taking the pigs that you earned and putting them in the pig pen, you're effectively hitting the core functionality of the platform. You have your capital, which is generating assets. You're lending and leveraging that capital to PancakeSwap to earn this additional yield. You're earning the B&B, which is being generated through the tax applied to dogs, and you're accumulating a greater share ownership of the platform through the auto compounding. And now, when you stake that in the pig pen, you're earning the deposit withdrawal fees, you're earning the yield which you've generated through the back-end lending, and you're growing your ownership of the platform. So that's how I would play it if I was someone that was brand new to DeFi. Now,
All right, so that's the basic rundown of how he would do it if he was a newbie, or if he was suggesting or talking to somebody that was brand new into DeFi or brand new into the Animal Farm. Just a couple steps of how to make your current assets work for you and how to gain ownership into the Animal Farm, because this is really what the whole Animal Farm is about, is building ownership in the Animal Farm. This is like, if you know what PancakeSwap is and how big that is, it would have been nice to be able to own a part of that, right? Well, this is basically on the back of PancakeSwap, and you're going to be able to own a part of it and expand that portion, that percentage of ownership as time goes on. So that's really the power of the Animal Farm. Okay, so let's go into the 3 basic steps that Forex went into. His first step that he talked about was getting into the farms with existing capital that you may already have on the Binance Smart Chain. And he talked about Link and maybe Cake and some other things. You can see that there's a lot of options with Ethereum and Bitcoin, USDT and Cake and Belt and Link and all these options. Now, I wouldn't necessarily suggest getting into the farm specifically because these are creating what's called a liquidity pair token. You can see there's 2 tokens and it has to be like a 50-50 split to create 1 LP token. And what can happen is something called impermanent loss, which is an issue, not necessarily an issue, but it's a something you need to know about when you create a liquidity pair. So definitely, if you want to create LP tokens, YouTube that search term of impermanent loss, and you'll find out a lot of information about it that can explain it a lot better than I can. But that's one reason why I wouldn't necessarily suggest going into a farm, and also because it's easier since you don't have to go to PancakeSwap or wherever to make the liquidity pair token. What I would suggest for step 1 is instead going to the pools, which is almost the same thing. It's just with a limited set of tokens. So you can see here we have BNB, we have BUSD, we have Ethereum, and this is the Binance Smart Chain version of Ethereum, Cake tokens, and the Binance Smart Chain version of Bitcoin. Now these are all going to earn dogs except for the dog token pool here. So these are all going to earn dogs with some amount of APR, and they'll all be different. So you'll need to know that once the farms launch on the 18th, these pools are all going to have different APRs available on them, and they're all going to fluctuate as time goes on, depending on how much people stake into each one of them. So you may want to choose one of them as opposed to the other. But this is probably the easiest entry is the BNB or BUSD pools. You should already have those available if you've been into anything within the Binance Smart Chain. If not, then you need to take a step back and buy some BNB through your exchange and then send it through MetaMask wallet, which we can get into maybe in another video. But so I'm going to assume that you have some Binance Smart Chain tokens available and that you can stake them into like the BNB or BUSD pool. This will earn you dog tokens over time. As to how many tokens you'll earn per BNB, I can't tell you that right now. But at some point, you're going to earn some dogs, at which point you can claim them to your wallet. Now, that takes us to step 2. And step 2 was going to the dog pound. Now, this is where you can stake your dogs to earn pigs, which is the next house token. The dogs is the first house token, and the pigs is the main house token, which is called the governance token. So the dogs here can be staked into 2 pools, the auto compounding pool and the compounding pool. So the auto compounding pool is where he's suggesting you go, and that is because when you stake your dogs here, any BNB that is earned in this pool, is sold or combined with dogs to create a dog BNB LP token, which I mentioned earlier, and those are automatically staked for you to earn pigs. So this is taking your BNB, staking it in the pool. It earns dogs. The dogs earns more BNB, which is then partially sold for dogs and or partially sold for BNB to create an LP token, which then earns you pigs. So it's like a multi-step function here that in the end earns you pigs. That takes us to step 3. Step 3 is the pig pen. Pig pen is where all of the pigs can be staked to earn you BUSD. This is your daily income. This is where your passive income starts rolling into your wallet. This is also where you establish the amount of ownership of the animal farm that you have. the more pigs that you have staked in here, the more ownership that you have, and that can come into play because there, at some point, there will be governance votes on certain things for revolving around the animal farm that we can all vote on as a community, and some other benefits. But that's why they call it a governance token. So by staking your pigs in here, you're establishing your ownership of the farm, and depending on what that percentage of ownership is, you'll get paid out in BUSD. And as once the farms get relaunched, the BUSD rewards on the vault here should skyrocket. It was over, I don't know, 500,000 at one point. But has dwindled down since the farms have been paused for the last several 6-7 months. But this should easily skyrocket to 500 or a million or more. Estimates are way more than that, but I'm being very pessimistic here. It should be highly valuable though. So there's no way to tell you like how many pigs or like how many dollars one pig will earn you per day, but it should be fairly decent. Remains yet to be seen. But with that said, this is how he's suggesting that you take your BNB or whatever assets that you already own, stake them into the farms or pools. That earns you dogs, which you put into the dog pound, into the auto compounding pool, which earns you pigs. And then you can take the pigs over here to the pig pen, deposit those, and then claim the BUSD that you're given. It'll also earn you a bit of pigs as well. That can be compounded back in and thereby growing your pig ownership. So this compounding factor of all of these things kind of working together is really what the animal farm was built around. He has so many things around here that we didn't even mention in this video. The drip garden, the piggy bank, some other things that are going to be launching soon. It all plays together, and he spent a lot of time really working through the details of all of this, and that's why a lot of us are very excited about the Animal Farm relaunch, to be able to get all of this working, all the gears meshing together and everything working. So it's very exciting to see, just what kind of benefits that we're going to be seeing. But so that's the basic rundown of it. I hope that helps you guys. Again, I'll put the link for the AMA down in the description, and I'll put my links for the Animal Farm down there as well if you want to join up. Again, there's the drip garden, there's the links for the piggy bank, and then the links for the farms and pools itself. If you want to use my links, great. If not, that's fine too. But I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. I tried to kind of break it down and illustrate what Forex was saying in the AMA there, to make it easy for you guys to kind of understand a beginner set of steps to get into the animal farm, because I know it can be very confusing. I'm still getting a handle on all of it myself, so it's going to document my journey as well. But let me know if that helps you out, guys. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, or even better, come on over to my Telegram group. All that link will be down in the description as well. And don't forget to smash that like button if this has been helpful for you, and consider subscribing if you're not. I looked at my stats, guys, and I think 70% of you guys that are watching are not subscribed. So please just click that button right down below the video here and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And throw some comments down below. All that helps the YouTube algorithm spread this to more people. All right, so guys, until next time, don't forget that when you follow the CryptoCat, passive can be massive. See you next time.